made us decide to get a new home is we started looking at what it was going to take to fix up our home that we were living in. We had a lot of water problems in the basement. Needed new windows, new roof, new siding. And we figured if we went and put all that into the house, we were going to be putting tons of money into a place that still had old wiring, old septic system, old water pipes, and
Because we've had water in the basement and we had some mold starting. So we had to do something.
we went around and looked at different home plans, whether they were a home built off-site and moved on, or just, we investigated a lot of different options, or building a home. Then we just decided, since we were exploring all options, we said, well, let's go look at Centennial Homes too. And I guess when we started looking, we were impressed right from the start.
Yeah, I think actually Roger's dad said something about going out there, and we were kind of skeptical at first because, when you say trailer houses, it's got a connotation to it, but what we saw was not trailer houses, so
Absolutely
we were
not.
very impressed. Our friends and family that have been here have been real positive, they seem to really like the house, and they walk down to this room and they walk back to the other room, and it's just, we've always lived in a really small home, so I think the most fun thing is seeing Roger walk all the way from one end of the house to the other. It's like, I've never been able to walk that far.
Our friends and family that have been here are very impressed with how solid and well built the house is. And you tell them, oh yeah, we've got 2x6 sidewalls, and look at the workmanship, and everybody is real excited for us. They walk across the floor and nothing shakes. It's so solid, and I guess that's pretty much what all of our guests have seen too.
Saw three or four different homes that we thought were real nice, and but we walked in this one, and I knew the minute Roger came down here and his eyes started to sparkle that this was going to be the one. And it is nice to have this room down here.
We looked at several double wides and a triple, and I guess the more times we went back and visited these houses, we were kind of paring our choices down, trying to make sure that this is the one that we were going to be set on. And I don't know how many trips was it, about 4 or 5 trips going through these houses.
A couple times we drove by and it wasn't open, but we would just kind of drive by and point to the one we wanted. But I think 3 trips with Joel Welke's the one that took us through, and he was real nice and real easy to deal with. Showed us all the options and took us through each house and said, this. Joel would say there's this option, this option, this option, and like whether it's the carpeting or the kind of walls or the, any of that, and the woodwork color, and we liked the paneled doors. They're a little bit nicer looking than the regular door. The house that we originally looked at, the linoleum in the bathrooms and the kitchen and stuff, we really, really liked, but it was no longer available. So we did go for our second choice on that, but we still really like it. And we had the walls sheetrocked, which we really are glad we did.
Some of the other options, we opted for the gas fireplace, and there were different stone fronts, so we could pick there. We opted for the highest quality carpet that Centennial offered. We did go with the wet bar, and also we had 3 skylights added, which we just really enjoy.
They're wonderful. There's one in each of the bathrooms and one in the kitchen.
Well, the service department, when they set the house, they came with 4 fellas, and they all knew what they were supposed to do. They worked together real well. And when the follow-up crew came, they asked us what some of the problems that we might have had, some cracking in a wall, or replace a storm door. There were a couple of windows that were chipped in the process of moving the house, and absolutely no problem. They did their work quite quickly. I guess if we'd have to rate from 1 to 10, we'd have to be awfully close to the 10. I mean, that's just, I think we've both been real satisfied with our service that
They've
Centennial
been
Homes has
very
given us.
helpful, very friendly, very courteous. You know, I think they feel something for it too. They put it together, you know. I mean, so it's kind of like they treat it kind of like their own house.
I've already had a guy call me and tell me he understands that I was in the same situation that he is now, and he was wondering about it. And I told him, go to Centennial and look at some of the houses. Just go through them and take a look and visit with a salesman there and form an idea. I said, just give it a try.